spilled all over myself.
Welcome to the Corner Club podcast. This is kind of a new podcast.
Go, keep going. What's wrong with you? Just keep going. Don't let us stop you.
Welcome to the Corner Club podcast. This is going to be a new podcast for just us, I guess. I'm Brandon. This is... Forget her.
I'm Sophie.
And then this is...
Hannah. Hannah. My name's Hannah.
Her name's Hannah. So I'm going to let Sophie introduce the game we're going to play to start out this podcast, to get us rolling.
So we're playing President, Prez for short. And basically, 3 is the lowest card, ace is the highest, 2 clears whatever is in the middle. So you might want to organize your cards based on the lowest and highest. So basically, the objective of the game is to become president and just to hold that spot.
How do you hold president?
You play all your cards first. So the first person with no cards left is the president, and then you play for second and then third. And the lowest spot is janitor. Second, middle is vice president.
How do you go from vice president to janitor?
You still have cards when the other 2 people
No,
don't.
I mean, think about that. It's like
I know.
someone gets
Don't
president,
look at the flaws
someone gets
in
VP,
the game.
and someone's
That
just like,
doesn't apply here.
oh, it's okay.
Logic doesn't apply here.
Even though you are a very good candidate, we're gonna bump you down all the way to janitor.
Well, yeah. I wish that would happen with Mike Pence, honestly. I wish Trump would become the janitor. And Mike Pence would become the janitor. When you have a lot more people, you have to, add more positions. And so...
So wait, how do you...
At one point, we had, senior janitor, junior janitor. Junior janitor was, the lowest.
You don't even go up to,
You did not want to be a junior janitor.
You don't even go up to, Congress or anything. You're just you're just a janitor.
Yeah, exactly. We had secretary, we had vice president, president, we had... I don't know what else we had, but there were...
So wait, how do you play a card?
So...
You never explained that.
The first round, since no one is in a position yet, because obviously we haven't played yet, it's 3 of spades. So whoever has that, just put that down.
Oh, I have it. Should I put up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do you play?
So,
how do you, put down?
We'll go this way. If you put down another 3, color doesn't matter, and then the symbols don't matter either. It's just the numbers. So if you put down another 3, it skips the next person.
Mm-hmm.
If you, you have to put down a 3 or higher.
A 3 or higher.
Yes.
Okay.
So if there was a 4 down, you'd have to put down 4 or higher. You
Okay.
can't play a lower card.
Can you play 4 and then go to 6? You don't have to. Just
Yeah,
do
you
one
don't.
there?
No, yeah, you
No.
don't have to do it one at a time. You can pass, and then if someone puts down 2 of the same card, so doubles, then you have to play doubles of a higher card or the same.
What do you
And
mean?
then,
Yeah, what do you mean by doubles?
so if you put down, you can put down 2 3s at the same time, and then the next person would have to put down 2 3s or 2 4s.
Oh,
or
so you're not
2
limited to only putting down 1 card.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can put down triples too. Or you can put down, if you have 4 of the same card, you put that down and then it clears it. And then you get to play again.
Oh, okay.
And then 2
What do you
clears
mean?
the...
It means that you just skipped everyone's.
Or it gets rid of the
It
stack
gets rid
and
of
you
the stack and then
start
you start
over.
another one. And you can put down whatever card you want once you clear it. And then 2 has the same effect. If you put that down, then it just clears the entire thing. And then you can put down another, whatever you want.
Okay.
Oh wait, 2 of them.
No, just the card 2.
Oh.
So that's the best card. Ideally you would have the most 2s out of everyone. Cause
What
then
if you have
could,
4 2s?
That's happened before. It's not very fun because they almost always become president. But
All right. So which way are we going?
you can go next.
All right.
Okay.
I need to organize my cards.
Skips Hannah.
Oof.
Fool.
Wait. Can I keep putting?
Yeah.
Skips. You.
Hannah's turn.
So Have,
Yeah.
so you heard about the Disney thing, right?
Oh
Where-
my lord.
What was the color? It's just like rainbow on it, right?
Yeah, so Disney came out with like these special edition Mickey ears or whatever. And wait, does that skip me?
Yeah.
And okay, did they come
Skip.
out with it for Pride Month, or did it just happen to be then?
From what I saw, it was for Pride Month. That's what they said. They said for Pride Month we're releasing these Mickey ears.
Okay. So I think that is obviously all about the money.
Well,
And I don't think this is about. No, you can't.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
doubles.
Doubles. You have to put 2, because you put 2 threes down.
Oh yeah, you have to put down two
something?
cards. You can't put down 1 or 3 cards. It has to be 2.
But what?
It doesn't have
What
to be
if
the
you
same
don't
ones.
have two?
Then you pass. If you can't play anything, then you can just pass.
Does he have to do doubles also now?
Yes.
So it keeps going.
Yes.
Thank God I have doubles.
Did you sort your cards?
Sort of, yeah.
You don't have to put down 2 twos.
You just put down
Just
one.
use 1 and then it clears it. And then you get to start again. I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's for the money. The Disney years. That's just how a company
My
is.
question is like, does it matter what the intent is if the effect is good?
Well, I think it was for both. I think first and foremost they thought.
How can it be higher than that? Is an ace higher than that?
I think first and foremost they thought.
Doubles.
Oh, it's Pride
Wait, it
Month.
was already doubles.
Yeah. They thought.
You can't switch to doubles after there's like already a single one put down.
They thought probably.
You can't play.
You have to play 2.
5s aren't higher than an ace. Ace is the highest.
So you have to play 2.
You have to play 2 or you have to pass.
Oh, and I only have to do 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
I think first they were like, it's Pride Month. What could we do for it? And then they thought, okay, let's make Mickey ears that we can make money off of, obviously, but that also it
Or
keeps
do
them
you
afloat,
think-
because I don't think no company is gonna just make something for free
Well, yeah.
and lose a ton of money, especially Disney.
Or do
who-
you think it was them? It's your turn to play first. But do you think it was that? That's how it happened, or do you think that it skipped you? Or do you think they were like, we want money, because let's face it, they don't need money. Why'd you put 2?
You're welcome.
No.
What? Why?
It's not doubles. I skipped Honor.
But
But
I
you
wanted to put
You
doubles.
can't put doubles if there's singles being played.
Then how do we
The person
ever?
who's starting the pile decides how many cards are going to be played for this entire
you did
thing.
not explain that.
No, yeah, I didn't get that.
Okay, well, skips Hana again.
I feel attacked.
Or do you think they were like, we want money, Pride Month is coming up, let's exploit.
I think it was a mix of both.
Skips Hana again.
I mean,
Yeah, it probably was a mix of both.
I mean, like I said, it is a company. No matter how much money they make, they want more and more to be able to do more. You know.
Yeah.
So they probably was like, yeah, let's make some money off of this, and then.
Doesn't skip Hana.
I don't have a 2.
You have an ace?
Oh wait, I do have a 2.
Now you get to start it.
I get started. Put your
Not
card.
you.
I
Oh,
forgot.
Okay, Hana.
Forgot.
Oh, that was aggressive.
I'm gonna do doubles.
Fancy.
Why are you doing me dirty like this? I have to skip. Yeah, definitely it was probably both. But why are people so angry about that? Shouldn't people be happy at least that there's something new, that there's something for them if they want to be if
Yeah.
they want to represent
I
themselves?
just think
I have to just keep skipping.
okay. I think that most of the anger is I win. I'm president. I think
So
most
now
of
it's
the
just
anger.
for us, right? Well, where do we go from here if neither of us have triples?
Do you skip or pass? I mean, do you pass?
Yeah.
Now it clears. Now it goes to Hana.
Okay.
So she was next, and she gets to play whatever she wants. I think most of the anger though is coming from the LGBTQ plus community in the sense that, like, Disney
So
has
I
never
skip
made.
him?
Yes.
I do that?
And then it clears it, and now you get to go again.
No.
Start whatever you want. But just the fact that Disney has never made an attempt before now to, like, acknowledge the LGBTQ community. So I think that's... Yeah, now you go.
Oh wait, I don't have a 2 either.
Do you pass? Play your card.
Now I'm BP.
Your vice, your Jen.
Woo!
And I was the only one paying attention to the game. You guys are all just like, and I was like focusing.
No, I was
I
paying
don't need to
attention.
focus. I've been
I know,
playing
we
this
haven't
for
heard your
years.
commentary.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was too focused spacing out.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay, so now that we have actual positions, the janitor gets to give the president their 2 best cards, and I give you my 2 worst. Or we can just do one if you want me to go easy on you. Yeah, okay, I've seen some really nice comebacks. Like, Katie sometimes will be in janitor and I'll be in prez, and she'll, like, get 2-2 and, like, make a total comeback and then beat Ashley and I. So, just saying, you can still win.
No.
What's going on?
Ow. That's my thumb.
But what if I don't actually give you my 2 best cards?
Then you're being dishonest and you are
Come on,
soiling
loyalty.
the janitor's name.
Golden rule.
So, I mean, myself.
What were you saying, Mo?
I mean, that was pretty much it.
You never finished,
I did pretty much.
so. What's your 2 cents on the idea? On the topic?
I think that
Do you even know what we're talking about?
is
No,
really
no,
cool.
no. We were talking about the Disney.
I heard
Really-
we were talking about.
She was here. Like, it's not like she was...
Yeah, but I can believe that she actually didn't pay attention and just blanked us out completely. So what's your 2 cents on it?
I don't have 2 cents. I'm broke.
Just answer the question. What do you think?
I think it's neat.
So you think it's good that they released the ears?
Mm-hmm.
You think it was an exploitation?
No. I think it's good because that way all the little kids are being open
That's true.
and they see the rainbow ears. Unless the
But, like-
rainbow ears are just for the rainbow.
Exactly. Because, like, how
Well, it-
much is this actually, like, exposing kids to?
Yeah, it's not really supposed to.
'Cause it's
just
literally
little
just
kids are
colors.
little kids are gonna get them and they're just gonna be like,
I don't think.
Yeah.
I love rainbows. They're so pretty.
and their parents are gonna stop them. They're just like, no, you can't get that.
I don't think necessarily it's about exposing. I think it's just about representing. You know.
That's true. But I don't know. I feel like there's really only so much you can do with that if you're not, like, donating some of the profits to, like, anti-conversion therapy or something. I don't know. Something that can help the community out.
But what would that money do for anti-conversionists, I guess? Like, why do they need that money?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought it through.
So while they are making money on it, I think, like, why not? If they're upset that it's there, okay, just take it away. They don't have to sell it. They don't have to sell it at all. But that just means you're not able to buy it anymore, and it's not a thing.
That's true. Those are my 2 words.
I don't even know what to. Well, I already found my 2 best.
Yes!
Oh, hot mama.
Also, now we're going...
Oh, boy. Did
Did you get 4 of the same?
Yeah!
Well, you can't use it unless you clear it.
Start.
Hey, I got 4.
Yeah, and you're not starting since I'm pros.
Nobody cares, but I got 2 of the same too. But it's not like I'm gonna win anyway.
I got 4 of the same.
You can still win, Hana.
I would have had 2 2s.
Also, we're going this way now, since...
This way.
So it's my turn.
So now Sophie can destroy Brandon, not me.
Uh-huh.
Play 2. See how it is. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I didn't realize.
Well, they could also donate some of the profits to, like, the Human Rights Campaign, which is centered around
I
LGBTQ
can't
plus rights.
play.
Then you have to be skipped. Just say you skip.
I can't play.
Okay, then you're skipped.
No, she passes.
She
There's a
passes.
difference.
I can't.
Damn, Sophie. You have to do me dirty like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heck yeah. I found it. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted.
You found it?
I have
You lost
4 of
something?
another. I have 4 of another.
You okay, Hana?
I would have had 3 2s if it wasn't for you and your stupid presidency. I wouldn't vote for you if you were running for president. I already picked up a card. Oh, well, that should help me.
Yeah, you get to play whatever you want.
By the way, if you're listening to this on iTunes,
Three.
we're playing a game that Sophie explained earlier. So that's what we're doing.
It's your turn. You need to play 3 of the same.
3? Oh, okay, that's fine.
I can't play.
So you saw, oh, you did 3 again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh! I don't have 3. So I'm passing.
Good job, Hana. I pass.
I passed too.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Just play whatever you want.
Why do you do 2?
It's a good move, because then obviously...
You dirtbags. Dirtbags.
I can't play.
You don't have a 2? Oh yeah, you only had 1. That's right.
Actually, I had 3 in the beginning.
Oh really? You got skipped. Get wrecked.
Guess who's president again? You guys can still...
We can,
Brandon might be janitor.
we can hash it out.
So did you see Poods? Poods? He proposed to Marcia.
I know.
Skip you! Get wrecked!
Ah, you do me dirty right like this. Why do you do this?
I hate that phrase.
Yeah, I can't do 2 again.
What? Did she pass?
Yeah.
You didn't have to play those then,
Oh.
because it went back to you.
Well, I play them now.
Okay.
I can't play.
I can't play either.
Now
So
you go.
I can't play.
VP! Woo!
It's okay, Hana. Maybe you'll get a better deal this time around.
You suck.
I'm gonna better deal. I'd be giving my 2 best cards to you. I literally had 3 2s. I would have been OP. Oh.
Okay, can we talk a little bit? I'm gonna bring-
Talk a little bit, and now she's
What do you want to talk about?
Fine,
I was
whatever.
there. I'm kidding. What do you want to talk about?
No, you're not.
Uh-oh. We can talk about the fact that I decided.
Spaghetti. We can talk about. I'm trying to think.
No, we should just play the game.
Brandon, stop being salty.
Also,
There's already
We
enough
should-
salt
we
on
should
this
just- we
table.
just- Got all the salt.
What are some other things that are
Well,
currently?
I was gonna bring up, do you believe in
No.
aliens or ghosts?
Both.
Let's go aliens.
I believe in both.
Aliens? I believe in aliens.
Wait, you don't believe in ghosts, right? Because we talked about BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Unbelievable.
I don't believe in
You
ghosts.
don't?
I do
I
not, but at the same time, I'm scared of them.
So you,
I do not.
so you don't believe in ghosts? Why? Okay, so Sophie, why do you believe in ghosts?
I've just heard a lot of stories. I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't know. I feel like the chances of... And just, like, the stuff I believe in general coincides with the fact that ghosts exist.
See, my problem with the whole ghost things and the evidence, a lot of the times it's either obviously fake, like there's,
Well, yeah.
like you can see, and people have proved that it's like edited or there's shadows or something like that, and then there's just like
People imagine
it's just like
things
the wind,
or think
yeah.
different things.
There's people that are like, oh, I heard someone whisper my name, and it's like,
Like Ryan.
yeah, like Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved. It's like
Yeah.
the Bugaras, man, but it's just like. I don't know. There's no compelling evidence to show like.
It's compelling, but it's not.
Well, I mean...
There's no evidence that's like that's
Yeah.
definitively this proves that ghosts exist.
Well, and I don't really have any, like, solid evidence to prove it. But at the same time, like, I don't need evidence. Because that's how, like, my brain works. I don't know. I don't need
You don't
evidence
need
to prove
evidence
anything.
to prove anything.
No, you don't
See,
need
you could
evidence.
just-
You don't need evidence to prove that God is alive and people
Exactly.
still believe in God.
Religion, there's no evidence.
See, and I hate religion.
Okay, well, there we go.
I
Glad
think-
we got that out of the way.
Because
Good
my
job, Brandon. Nobody's gonna listen to our podcast now.
Good thing Isaac isn't here.
yeah, I forgot.
What if Isaac listens to this and he heard that?
It's not
We'll
so
cut
never
it
wanna
out.
talk to any
We'll
of us
cut it
again.
out.
No, it's not so much that I hate religion. It's so much that I hate the institutions that religion puts in.
I can agree with some of that.
Like
statement.
the religion, the ideology of religion, that's completely fine because it doesn't hurt anyone.
I just
to
hate
an
what some
extent.
religions do with their power.
It's the institutions,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I do because that's what religion brings is.
Replay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have to give you. Okay.
That-
Well, here are my two best cards.
That's one of the things that religion just. It just brings in these institutions that are no bueno.
But I also think that they can do a lot of good with their power, and that a lot of religions do.
I think 80% don't.
That's not
There's
accurate.
a lot of corruption in power.
I
You
think
see it with popes and like especially Catholics.
there's
and,
always going to be
and
corruption with
Christian.
any.
It's just like a majority of the money they're given. It's like it's not used for purposes that are needed necessarily. It's a lot of just
Okay,
paying the upper dogs.
but
and-
we're not really talking about the institutions part of it in this sense. We're talking about like the belief in God in and of itself.
Then, yeah, I believe in a higher power.
And you
Absolutely.
don't have any evidence to prove that. So, by your logic,
Well, just think about it. What could have made all of this?
exactly. I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. That's
Wait, you don't. Oh wait. Wait a second.
I
No,
don't
you're
believe
right.
in it.
You're right. But it's just like, yeah, it's just like
That
It-
just
it
seems like
defi-
BS to me.
the very nature of the nothing can be created, nothing can be destroyed. That completely contradicts of how did the universe start.
Mm-hmm.
So something had to start it.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you there, but it's just like the institution in general just is garbage.
So going back to ghosts,
yeah, so let's go back to ghosts.
you can't see a higher power. You can only like
So do you think ghosts are a higher power?
No.
Do you think they're just on another
I
plane?
think- possibly. Did you clear it?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Oh yeah, it's my turn. Forgot. Triples, baby.
But like, I'm just saying, by
My
your
turn?
logic,
Yeah.
ghosts.
I'm
should
sorry,
be
but
able
this
to
is the
exist.
only triples I have.
Ghosts should be able to exist?
Yes. Yeah,
On what logic? Why should they exist?
because you don't need to see them or
No,
have
no, no,
evidence,
but-
tangible evidence for them to exist.
But why? Like, why do they exist? Like, that's what I'm getting at.
Like, what's their
why?
purpose?
Because you said, why should they exist? Or you said they should exist. Why should they exist?
Wait, is this twos or threes?
Twos.
Why should they exist? Meaning, like,
Wait! I didn't want to play that. Can I take it back?
No.
sure.
No. She just
Be
played-
nice. She's the janitor.
Watch her help
I
me.
skipped Sophie.
Yeah!
And it clears it. No. It clears it, so you get to play whatever you want. You don't gain anything from this. Don't celebrate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
I believe. Okay, so we all believe in aliens. Is that what we established?
But what level of aliens? I believe that there's microorganisms somewhere in the universe, or there is an intelligent life, but not intelligent enough to come here.
I feel like there could be intelligent life enough to come here, but like there's us too, and we're not able to go anywhere. So
Exactly.
No, I mean they can be as intelligent as us, but I don't think there's
More intelligent?
Yeah, intelligent enough to come here.
You can be more intelligent than us and still not be able to get here.
I think if you're
they might have been able to figure out a way.
Yeah.
Someone might be able to figure out a way, but if someone figured out a way, they'd probably come.
yeah, that's
Or maybe
But
not.
what if they have like some like morals that don't like that make them not want to come?
Yeah, that's true. Because they're completely different. I mean, their brains could literally function different.
Yeah.
If they even have brains.
if they even have brains.
But they probably do.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
will.
I mean
If
there's nothing to say otherwise that life could ever exist without a brain, like on a higher level. There's nothing
But-
to tell us that.
Okay. Whose turn is it? Mine? I couldn't go, so it skipped me.
all of our silent. I just had a stroke. All of our I passed.
I hit you.
I passed. You play.
Yeah.
All of our
yeah.
silent. I just had a stroke again.
Okay, just keep
Oh no,
talking.
I had a
just,
stroke again.
Just keep talking.
All of our science is
I
excuse you,
pass. Yeah.
is purely based on the information we have from our universe.
Which is logical. I have to pass. Oh wait,
It skips
it
you.
already skips anyways.
Okay, go.
I have to pass again.
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
I
Did
don't
you
have
play
anything
all your
higher.
high cards
Yeah.
first? That's the one thing you're not supposed to do.
I have to pass.
Me too.
Yeah.
So like maybe in a separate solar
What do you do?
system.
You don't
I
pay
did-
the 8.
No, I did.
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I
Well,
skipped
you
you.
move anyways, but you don't skip me and then play again. You put it to the side and then you play.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
It still wouldn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, Hannah's
This
correct.
game. I'm the only one
Do you-
who understands it too.
Do you
What?
Do you wanna
Obviously,
switch?
don't end up as much as us.
do you not want me to take your 2 highest cards?
I don't want to play anymore.
Oh yeah, let's just talk.
Fine.
So do you know of any like incidents? Do you believe in any incidents of like alien life coming here?
No, I don't believe in UFOs.
Not any like 100% proven.
But like ghosts aren't 100% proven, but you
Exactly.
believe in those.
Exactly.
So, do you believe in any
I
of those
believe in
incidents?
aliens too.
But do you believe in those incidents that
I
happen?
think it's weird
No.
that like everyone, even
No.
from like the history of like way back, like have believed in UFOs even before like modern
Yeah.
technology was a thing. I feel like that's weird.
I think that is weird.
But how do we know those are UFOs? They can't even decipher half of those
Well, that's true.
hieroglyphs.
Because remember that.
Like the one of the helicopter in the pyramids. Like that
That's
could just
true.
be anything. That could
I
be a
know.
word for freaking butt. Who knows?
True.
Like you can't just because a lot of it was writing. So you can't say like, oh, this is a picture of something. This is a hieroglyph because hieroglyphs were words and they were pictures in a way.
There's
They were seen as
also-
pictures.
There's also pictures, right?
Yes, there's also pictures, but that's what I'm saying. If you have no idea whether it's a word or a picture, how could you say definitively, oh, this is a UFO from the past?
Because they're great artists.
But how do you know it's a picture? What if it's a word?
Because they're great artists.
And you look around it and it looks like it's a part of a bigger word. It doesn't look like a picture. It looks like a bunch of different hieroglyphs.
Well, disregarding that, I still think.
Do you believe in like the Roswell incident? Do you know what that is? The Roswell incident. It happened in America. I think it's like Indiana. We're gonna get into conspiracy stuff now.
Yes.
Conspiracy corner. Basically, the Roswell incident. It was in Indiana. There was a bunch of different accounts. There's like over 100 accounts of people who didn't know each other, where they saw a big silver globe or orb go through the sky and crash. And immediately people went to the crash, including the sheriff that initially did it, and that sort of thing. The military somehow find out about this. So they go and they say, oh, it's a weather balloon. It's because at the time, it was during like World War II, right? I don't take what I say for fact because I'm just pulling this out of my memory. They say, oh, it's a weather balloon, we're testing. Don't say anything about it. And they stage a photo. They stage a photo of him holding a picture of a weather balloon and holding different materials of the thing. And then in his hand also there's a paper with writing on it. And people speculate that that writing is actually the actual report saying it's a UFO. Because they try to sharpen it and read the writing. You can't do that though, because it's a film photo. It's not.
Yeah.
You can't. It's impossible. But, so basically people were saying, oh, this is a UFO that crashed. Even though there's no evidence to say so, you know. Like it's a bunch of sticks. The only evidence there is the officer that found the crash immediately. He said the tinfoil would straighten out like a rock, and he couldn't puncture it or anything. But then as soon as he would try to bend it, like as soon as he would try to put it on as a glove, it would bend around his hand. But they'd like shoot bullets with it. They got an axe and like went on it, and it didn't break. That's what he said happened. So a lot of people were speculating, oh, maybe it looks like tinfoil, but it's like a technology that's beyond something we can understand. And then there's a lot of theories saying, oh, it's a military cover-up because they destroyed all the files and all of that, all the like extra files. They kept the originals, you know. And then they also say, like the officer also said that there was like 3 humanoid figures that were gray, and they said they carried them off, and people are like, what happened to those humanoid figures? What happened to those? The military said, oh, those were mannequin dummies. To see, because you know how in cars, when they test the car, they put the dummy in? That they were saying it was that dummy. Basically. So people have been speculating like, oh, this is a military cover-up.
That's definitely sketch.
So is that like something you'd believe in, though?
I'd have to hear more about it.
Yeah.
And
I'd have to get all the facts.
It's weird because in the picture that's taken of the materials that is found, it's complete. Like the military just said, it's like, yeah, we staged it. Not like staged it as in like put fake materials. But he's like, yeah, we had them pose in a certain way over the materials. And people are like, is that really all that it is? Did they put the materials there? Because it was like twigs and stuff that the guy was holding, and the tinfoil was just on the ground and that sort of thing. And it kind of matches the testing of the weather balloons at the time, but not completely. Like the aluminum foil, like that, it wasn't a thing.
Huh.
So there's a lot of speculation. If you can pull it up on your phone, the picture of the Roswell incident. You should probably look that up. It's a staged picture of the. That was another part of it. They said that they made the officer who originally found it hold the stuff. So it wasn't even the military in the picture. It was the officer to try to make it look like, oh, the officer thinks otherwise now. You know? So a lot of people think, oh, this is obviously a government cover-up.
I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a ton of stuff that
the government keeps from us.
Yeah, like a ton.
I think there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's him holding the like tinfoil, and there's another photo of the other officer holding a piece of paper, and people have tried to enhance it and read the piece of paper. And that's the humanoid figures that they think was taken from the site. Is that something you would believe in, though? Is that, like...
I have to hear more. I have to be, like, probably a first person. Like, I can't just hear that story and then just think, oh, yeah, maybe.
Is that
I'd
the
have to
piece
be
of
like
paper
one of the
in the
people
right
who
one?
saw it.
That's the original staged photo, where he's holding the like aluminum tin foil, and then the officer's holding a like report or whatever, and people try to point to that report and be like, what was that report? And they've never released that report because they thought, I don't know, it's classified stuff. So people think, oh, that classified report is the evidence saying, oh yeah, it was a UFO, you know?
Yeah. I think that's something I could believe in. Like, why not? It seems suspicious.
Well, do you believe more in that it happened or believe that it didn't happen? That's right. Because there's fanatics that are just like, this happened. This is a cover up. We gotta expose the government. You know?
I don't think I could go either way because we don't have all the information.
Yeah, with us. I mean, there's some people who probably do have a lot more information.
Yeah.
And people who probably saw it are probably, like, thinking about it a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it, so I can't really, like, I don't even know if they actually saw it. I don't know if maybe it was just, like...
Later in, I think it was like 2010 or 2011, the sergeant of that division that was testing the weather balloons came out and was like, yeah, no, it was definitely a weather balloon. It was testing, and that's why it crashed and it failed. Because obviously it didn't work, and that's why we were testing these experimental weather balloons.
Yeah, I don't know. But for me, it's like I don't need evidence in order to believe that aliens exist. So even if I didn't believe in that, that wouldn't disprove my theory that aliens exist.
That's interesting.
But like, we only have information about our solar system, like, because we don't have any possible way to get outside of it. So,
But we can observe it.
to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, but you can see, like, they're able to see different factors and different, what is it called? Different events happen, and they're able to track that.
Yeah.
And be able to know what's happening in the universe without directly seeing it, because there's after effects, there's shock waves, there's ultraviolet rays, there's all sorts of things. Like with black holes, it'll be impossible to look at a black hole because it sucks in light.
Yeah.
So there's no way to know what it actually is. It'll always just look black to us. Who knows if it's even black? What if it's just a unicorn that's just that dense? We don't know. Like, we don't know. We won't ever be able to see that. But we know they exist, and we know their properties.
Yeah.
And even recently, we've been able to prove that with Einstein's theory of relativity, and they were able to measure a gravitational wave. So then that was like the definitive proof black holes exist.
But is there any way to measure whether or not there's life forms outside of our solar system?
No.
Exactly. So.
But we can look at planets and see, oh, that's habitable. Maybe there's life.
How far out can we go, though? Like, with our equipment that we have?
There is a picture of the radius that we've gone. It's like a circle radius that we've been able to go. It's like, this is what we've been able to see. This is the universe.
Exactly. The universe is infinite.
And it keeps expanding.
Exactly. So.
But here's the thing with the ever-expanding thing. Nothing's being created. It's just being spread out thinly. So eventually, what's supposed to happen in trillions of years or so is it'll be stretched out so thin, it'll be like a rope that's like taut. And then once it's so thin out, it'll break and it'll all collapse back in together.
Well, that's fun.
So there's a theory that, oh, maybe the universe wasn't created this time ago. Maybe that was just the 1100th iteration of the universe.
That's trippy.
Because it keeps re-going where it'll
yeah,
burst initially, expand, and then recompact, and so on. So who knows if we're even in the first universe? Maybe this is the 800th. Maybe humans haven't existed until now, but before there was even better humans, like superhumans, like Superman, and that sort of stuff. We don't know.
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll probably never know. But we're able we're able to observe and see the universe's laws and how they're unbreakable and how it works.
How do we know they're unbreakable?
With evidence.
Like,
Nothing that exists has ever broken that.
but
And nothing that currently exists will break
But-
that.
what about the future?
Well, but we're talking about now.
But what if we're also talking about the future? The future is now.
We are in a
Your
society.
entire
We are in a
argument
society.
was just disproven by that
No,
one
it wasn't
statement.
disproven.
The future is now,
No.
Brandon.
The future isn't now.
The future is now.
We're actually in the past.
The future is the
You wanna
present.
know- you wanna
the
know-
present is going to be the past.
You want to know?
Past was once the future.
No, you want to know what's a very weird and depressing fact? We're never in the present. That by the time what we observe gets to our brain, it's
in the
already
past.
been.
We just learned about this in physics.
Yeah.
I wish Hannah was here so
Mhm.
we could share this moment of glory together.
Hey, I can share it because I know it. But you're never truly in the present. You're never conscious of the
Yeah.
present.
And that a year ago would have given me an existential crisis. But I'm okay now.
But like, who cares?
I
Yeah,
care.
But like, yeah, the future maybe we'll be able to
The
do.
future
We'll be
is
able.
now.
The future isn't now. We're in the
future
past.
is now.
That statement doesn't make sense. That statement doesn't even make sense. Explain yourself.
The future's now. I don't need to explain myself.
Then obviously you're wrong if you can't even explain it.
No, you don't need to explain something for it to be right. Yeah, that's right.
No,
That's right.
that's not true.
Yes, it is. Future's
Mr.
now.
Jordan would be very angry about that
That's
statement.
true. Like, ghosts are real. Probably.
They're not.
In my mind.
There's
I don't
nothing
need
that
to
proves it.
explain it. But it doesn't have to be proven in order to be correct.
Yeah,
No.
because you're not correct
We
and I'm
can't-
not correct.
We can't
no
prove
one's
that
correct.
there's a higher power.
No one's correct. Exactly.
Exactly.
Religion is something you can
Exactly.
choose.
Okay.
So it's not proven.
But if a higher power does exist, because you said you believe in one, it's not proven. It doesn't have to be
I
proven
didn't
because
say
it
it was
exists, most likely.
I didn't say that it was proven. That's just what I believe
Yeah.
in, not what's right.
Yeah,
and
but
what's
if you
correct.
believe in it, then you believe that it exists. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be proven for it to exist in your mind.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean it's correct. You were talking about
No,
what's
we're talking
correct.
about rightness.
Rightness is correctness.
Exactly.
And that's not right.
But if
You're
it
not
exists,
right.
then you would be right in believing that it exists.
But you don't know if it's right.
Exactly.
You just
Okay.
proved my point.
Actually,
You just proved my point. Exactly.
I
You don't
revoke-
know if you're right.
I
That
revoke my
means you're
previous
not right.
statement. I'm disagreeing with you.
You
Okay.
are.
Everyone
Disagreed with me.
has their own personal truths.
They have their own beliefs.
Own personal truths.
Beliefs.
Your beliefs
'Cause
are
of
your
what
own
truth-
personal truths.
But it's
in
not
your
true in
mind-
an objective sense.
Yeah, but in your mind it's right.
Yeah.
And we're all in our own individual consciousness.
but a serial killer can be like, oh, murdering.
Consciousness.
A serial killer can come along and be like, oh, murdering is fun. That's his own personal truth. Is that right? No.
I mean,
Checkmate.
But
Got you there.
who's to say that murdering people is wrong?
Sophie Effa here. Murdering is okay.
Murdering is okay. Because, like, if you think about it.
What else do you believe is
Okay,
right?
then.
What
this-
else do you
No,
believe
but
is
this
right?
brings up a completely new issue. Do you believe that some morals and ethics are just, like, innately, like, we're born knowing that some stuff is right? Or is it completely taught to us, like, after we're born?
It's completely taught.
You think it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because just think about history. People thought it was okay to have slaves for a while. Even a child. A child could be brought up and be like, oh, that's my slave.
Okay.
You know?
But at the same time, has it ever been, like, have people ever thought that it's
I think-
okay to kill people? Like, is that,
Like
was
a
that just
mass
a
majority?
universally accepted
like a
truth?
mass majority?
Yes.
I think maybe in like a much older days, like the Roman days, or even up until like 1800s, that people were okay with people just dying. Like, it was just a known fact that, oh, that person's gonna die at 30 or whatever, and there was less connection with people. So then when people were murdered, it was like, oh, Steve died. Oh well.
Bye, Steve.
But I don't
Never
think
gonna see you again.
I don't think they were okay with
God
it.
isn't real.
God is no, back then they would have been like, he deserved to die.
Oh,
God said it was
that's
his
true.
time.
Karma's a bitch.
But I don't think they were okay with it. I don't think anyone was ever okay with it. Like, thought it was right, you know? I think they accepted it as a matter of, that's how life is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But do you think the principle that we should not kill other people, do you think that has always
Yes.
been a thing?
Yes.
And do you think that that's just because it's always been taught, or do you think that
I
there's
think, no,
something within
I think
us?
there's something within us. Because that's just the whole,
Yeah.
that goes back to, like, the primal nature. Like, we want to be able to reproduce. We want to be able to survive.
Okay.
And looking, like, the only reason people murder each other is for a reason, for a purpose. They have some kind of want, you know. Even people that you think there's no reason for, that person wanted to murder.
Yeah.
You know, they had to have
Or
some
they
kind of
felt the need
drive.
to.
Yeah, they had some kind of drive. So people don't murder because they think it's right necessarily, until they have already done their murder and they're ready to continue. You
How
know what I'm
did we
saying?
start with talking about aliens and ghosts?
Because
and
you wanted
end
to
up
say what
talking
was
about
right.
this?
You wanted to say what was right and
Oh,
what
yeah.
was wrong and
No,
correct.
so listen.
So you're saying
Going back to
if
that.
murderers think it's right to murder, go ahead and murder.
No, that's not what I'm
Sophie
saying.
Effa,
That's not what I'm
2018.
saying. All I'm saying is that there is a certain level of correctness that is not.
Logical?
Hang on, let me think about this for a sec. Not logical. Not logical. Hang on. I'm trying to think of how to word this right. Because I'm confusing myself now.
So you think correctness isn't based off evidence?
It doesn't have to be.
Do you think for the most part it is?
Yeah. For the
What
most part.
situation is it not?
Personal beliefs. Personal truth.
But that's personal beliefs.
But they can still be correct. We just don't know because we can't prove some stuff
But that's where the problem lies.
with objective evidence.
You can't say it's true. You can't make someone be like, this is true. Because you don't know
Yeah,
if
you
it's
can't
true.
make anyone do that.
That's how our whole
I'm talking
legal,
about
that's how our
personal
everything,
truth.
that's how everything works. It's proven without a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, but some stuff you don't have to prove for it to still be true because it hasn't been proven yet, and it may never be proven.
But so, do you believe in any of the Muslim gods?
No, because that's not my personal truth.
But
But
what
for
if they're
them,
right?
it's true. They
Well-
could be right.
So that means you're wrong. Do you see how?
Yeah,
how it
I could
contradicts
be
each-
wrong. I think
You
there's a
can't say
higher
it's
power.
true.
That's why a year ago
That's what I'm saying. You
I
can't
didn't want to
it's
say
true.
God exists because I didn't know God exists. Now I'm like, there's probably most likely a higher power.
But
that's what I
higher
believe in.
power is different from saying there's probably a higher power and that God exists. The God that I believe
Yeah,
in exists.
I know. I'm aware.
So which one is it?
So
Are you saying
any of the
our
majority-
God is because you think our God is the right God, then that's the right God because I think it's the right God.
I'm not
'Cause
saying
that's
it's
your
right. I'm
personal
not saying
belief.
it's right. I'm saying any one of the religions could be right.
That means one of them.
But
all
most
the rest has to be
likely,
wrong.
based on my life experiences and what
But it's all
what
a social
information I have
construct.
obtained.
What information?
Maybe not.
What leads you to believe that it's the Christian's God that is the God?
I don't know. Just based
Exactly.
on what I feel. That's another thing
Yes.
too. Like some evidence is not tangible.
Welcome back. Took a little break. So where were we? You're at, you don't need tangible evidence.
Some evidence is not tangible. I think.
What evidence isn't tangible?
Okay. So, what's the definition of evidence? Something that proves
Yeah.
or disproves something?
Yeah.
So, like...
Something that is 100% clearly disproves or proves something.
100%.
Yeah. That's what evidence is.
No, it doesn't have to prove or disprove something. It can add to...
Proving or disproving
Yes,
something.
it can add to, but it doesn't 100% prove or disprove something. One piece of evidence can't prove or disprove something. Unless it's like a very clear, concise, like just damning piece of evidence.
Yeah. But the evidence is real, it's objective. Yeah, that's what evidence is.
Okay.
Oh. Go
But,
ahead.
wow, good job, Brandon. Nice thinking. Good job planning ahead of time.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, if we're talking about personal truth, which we were
Personal
before.
truths isn't...
Personal truths,
Correct.
aka beliefs.
Those aren't correct, though.
They can be
they are
correct.
unproven.
Yeah,
so
that
they
doesn't mean
aren't
they're wrong.
correct.
That they could be proven correct.
But they can
In the
also
future.
be incorrect by your logic. Everything's
Exactly.
incorrect also.
Exactly. Not everything.
Exactly. Everything can be incorrect with that logic too.
No.
Yeah,
Not if
because
it's been
I think
proven
it's
with
incorrect.
evidence.
See, what's been proven with evidence though? What's
It
correct?
has been disproven.
That means it can also be incorrect.
Yeah, but it can also be correct.
That means it's not correct either.
No,
it could
it
either
doesn't
be.
mean it's incorrect though.
That means it's just inconclusive. It
It
doesn't.
can be correct.
It's inconclusive.
Right?
It's inconclusive.
Right.
It could be.
Right.
That's
Okay.
not proven. That
Exactly.
means it could
I never
also
said
be.
it was correct. I said it could be correct.
It could equally be wrong.
I never said it was correct. I said it could be correct. And it's correct in our own minds.
It could be
So,
equally
which
as
you-
wrong.
It doesn't. Nothing needs to be proven with evidence in order to be correct in your mind.
You can say the same
Because
for incorrectness.
Some people.
I could
don't
say
need
your view is
any evidence.
incorrect because I think it's
Exactly.
incorrect.
Exactly. I was about to say, but then you'd be incorrect. But no, that's not how I view any of this.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, but listen. Personal truths. I feel like a lot of people, the majority of people that believe in a religion, believe in that religion based off of stuff they feel. Not stuff that they've seen or not stuff that they've heard. But I feel like it's just something that, like, that feels right. That feels correct.
But
Would you agree?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would agree with you.
So,
But I can't say that.
that's not
anyone
tangible
is
evidence.
correct.
Do you think that some feelings can be evidence to prove or disprove something?
Not objectively, no.
But do you think in terms of personal truths that it can?
No. I mean, that person will of course think it's true because that's what they feel. But if you want to know the actual truth, feelings are not a way to find that.
But personal truths, they can prove
But personal
or disprove
truths,
something. Because your personal truths are based on
they're just opinions.
beliefs.
That's their opinions at that point.
Beliefs?
Beliefs are opinions.
No.
Yeah.
No. Beliefs,
Are opinions.
are they though?
Yes, because
Or
there's
is
no
it a
ground in fact,
separate-
and it's just what
Or
they think.
is it a separate
It's just what they
entity?
feel. No, it's just what they
There's
feel.
facts, there's opinions, and then what if there's beliefs?
Beliefs and opinions do the exact same things. They're the same thing. A religion is an opinion about what is the higher being. It's all just an opinion.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Oh!
You're correct.
Whoa! Slam dunk.
But that doesn't that doesn't contradict any of what I've said before now. For the most part.
I think it does.
No, it
I
doesn't.
think it.
But like
completely-
opinions are personal truths, and personal
But-
truths.
Would you say everyone's opinion is correct?
It can't be correct.
So a racist opinion
No,
is
no,
correct. It can be correct.
No.
That's what you're saying. Anybody's opinion could be
I'm not
correct.
saying any opinion. I'm saying some opinions can be correct. Because not all opinions are like of the same. I don't know how to word it. They're not all the same.
Exactly. So there's one that has to be right, and the rest are false.
So then,
So you're invalidating
then-
that person's
but
feelings.
beliefs in a higher power, something that as of now cannot be proven or disproven, would that be
So what if
a
I'm
fact when
what
it is proven?
So what if I'm a redneck and I think God said gay people should not exist and that blacks should be my
It
slaves?
shouldn't exist. Gone.
No, like people shouldn't be gay. Like I should do
Okay.
shock therapy or something to convert them. Am I right? Because it's my personal truth. Is that my personal
If
truth?
there was a God that existed, that believed in all those things, then you'd be right to. Then you would be right in believing in that God because it exists.
But you don't
wouldn't
know.
be right morally.
But you don't know.
Exactly. You don't know. We're never gonna know whether or not a higher power exists until after we die.
You can't say
Or
any of them
unless
are
we
correct.
have- What?
We can't say any of them are correct.
I know. Until we die. But then,
Who are we
but
gonna
then
tell?
once we die, you don't have to tell anyone. That's the point. You don't have to tell anyone for it to be proven to yourself, which is why it's a personal truth.
But that's what I'm saying. Personal truths aren't like. They're not correct.
But they can be correct.
One could be correct.
You don't have to.
But you can't look
You
at
don't
one
have to
and say,
share
"That's correct," and
information. You don't have
that's
to share
incorrect.
information in order for it to be
Do you-
correct.
I'm saying you can't prove it. You just can't prove any of those.
You don't have to share information in order to prove something.
I'm saying you can't.
That's true to yourself.
You can't prove that this is one thing is correct. There's no proof.
Not right now. Maybe later, once we're dead and we can't communicate with anyone except for the people who already know it's true.
No, I know.
Which
So
are
I
up
mean,
there.
to us,
or down
there's
there.
there's no way to prove to me that this is the right God, or ghosts are real. There's no proof
What
for
if
either of those.
a ghost
Maybe
talks
it
to
does
you?
exist. Maybe they do exist. Maybe it is correct. But you can't prove to me that
Yeah,
this is the
I never
correct
said
one.
you could prove it. I'm just saying, because you can't prove or disprove anything as of right now. But one day, once you die, if it does happen to be correct, then that would be proving.
Do you
to
think you
yourself.
find out when you die? Or do you
I think
you
so.
just
I'd like to think so.
blip?
No,
You never get to see that higher power.
I would no.
See, I also think I just blip
Wait,
out of
I
existence.
think if there is a higher power, I think that you would get to.
See
Like, I
them?
think there's something after death if there is a higher power, which I think there is. So I think that there is.
You think God would be so gracious as to let you see him? Oh.
Yes. Okay, I'd like to think whatever's up there is good. Right? Do
I
you
would
think
hope
so?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. With all the just like stuff in the world and stuff, I don't know.
I think
But that also brings into question what is morally right? Letting the world go by itself with its freedom, or to
Exactly.
be able to govern it and make sure it's okay?
exactly.
That's another moral question that makes it like, what is a good God? Is good God letting people be free and
We
do
can
whatever they
discuss
want?
that in the next podcast. Speaking of, how long is this now?
I don't know. Let's end it.
Okay.
Well, thanks for watching to the first Corner Club podcast. I don't know how long this is. No, whatever. Well, we'll find out. We'll
It was
find out.
just all over the place.
Yeah, it was all. We took a lot of breaks. There was a lot of. We were figuring things out. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, Sophie, you got any last words?
Don't do drugs, kids. And have a great day. Or morning, or
Well, you heard her. We'll see you guys in the next one.
bye.